boot straight over the keeper. It's not all about brute power from him.
Like this at international cricket. Cricket too often where he's just so
for 4, almost went all the way for a max.
Bangladesh right now don't seem to have a plan. They just seem to be trying a lot of variety at the bowling crease, but they're just chopping and changing their field placings as well, and they're not bowling to those field placements that they've got set. Yes, they're not getting wickets. They're also not being able to find a way
স্পেশাল মানুষদের জন্য মজাদার ম্যাজিক মশলা ফ্লেভারে মিস্টার নুডলস, স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
খালামুনি, কঠিন তেল চর্বি কিভাবে দূর করে শিখিয়ে দাও না।
এই নে ভিম, এতে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি, যা তোর থালা বাসনের কঠিন তেল চর্বি দূর করবে।
ওয়াও, থ্যাংক ইউ খালামুনি।
খালামুনির থেকে এটাও শিখে নে।
খালামুনি, তুমি কিভাবে?
তুই কি ভেবেছিলি খালামুনি শুধু থালা বাসনই ধুতে পারে?
অনেক কিছুই নতুন দেখা যাবে যখন দেখবো থালা বাসন ছাড়িয়ে। ভিম।
এখন লাইফবয় শুধু ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে সুরক্ষাই না, সাথে দেবে 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ ফ্রি। প্রতিটি প্যাকের সাথে পাবেন রবি হেলথ প্লাসের সহযোগিতায় 300 টাকা মূল্যের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ একদম ফ্রি। একটা মিসড কল দিন এই নম্বরে। করোনা ভাইরাস থেকে সুরক্ষা আর ফ্রিতে ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ শুধু লাইফবয়।
আমার মতো আপনারাও জানেন ডায়রিয়া সহ যে কোনো পানি শূন্যতায় আমার আস্থা এসএমসি রোড স্যালাইন। কেনার সময় প্যাকের গায়ে এসএমসি লোগো দেখে কিনবেন।
এসএমসির ওরসালাইন
ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি যুক্ত নতুন রিন, যা আপনার আর আপনার কাপড়ে আনে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
এখন আবার নেট কিনতে যাইতে হবে।
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস দিয়ে নো টেনশন। মাইজিপি অ্যাপে সব সলিউশন।
India were bowled out for 186 in the first ODI, made 266 for 9 in the second, and they're 257 for 1 of 31 overs in the third. A lot of pent-up frustration being let out by India's top order, who haven't done it for them so far in this series. Things have taken a dramatic turn today, courtesy of Ishan Kishan and Virat Kohli. All of the bowlers have been expensive. No one going at under 7 and over of the 6 used. 3 spinners and 3 seamers, including the returning Taskin Ahmed. Ebadot and Shakib, 2 of the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh in the series, have been expensive and been targeted by Ishan Kishan. Virat Kohli has just got in his slipstream and done the smart thing, knocked the ball around. Kishan got off to a fly, got a bit of width early on. Virat Kohli survived a costly drop from just on 1 by Liton Das. Ishan Kishan just carried on his merry way, pulled really well, he cut really well. Kohli picked up the odd boundary in between while not being anywhere near his fluent best, and then once the spinners came on, Kishan went into overdrive. Kohli's chipped in as well, just in the final few overs. He's going over a run of ball, but the story really is Kishan, 184 of 116, and at the moment they are on target for a huge score. They go at this current rate, 415. They go at 10 and over from here, which is not out of the realms of possibility, with just 1 wicket having fallen. 447, Brad, is a possibility.
Well, always said that the 30 over mark is generally your halfway mark where you've got the tally that you want on the board. So you always double it after the 30 over mark. So close to 500s on the cards here, especially with 9 wickets in hand. But Ishan Kishan, I've really enjoyed his innings because he was struggling against Mahidi early on, right arm off spin. He took his time, and once he got good siders and tried to take him on, he was hitting to the areas of the ground where he felt comfortable, calculated risks over cover, all of a sudden putting pressure on Mahidi, and there was more loose deliveries coming up where he could access the leg side as well. Very smart batting from Ishan Kishan today.
Taskin back into the attack, was expensive in his first spell. Starts with a bouncer, very short, too short. Going to be a wide, signalled by Michael Goff on height.
Well, I don't like to be critical on the bowler here, but he's done that twice. So far he did it, Ishan Kishan, in an earlier spell. First ball bouncer, it's a wide, hasn't had any effect or put pressure on the opposition batsman. All of a sudden he's only got 1 bouncer left for the over. Batsman in total control right now.
On the up, crashed through the offside by Virat Kohli. That's his best shot so far.
Trying way too much. Going for the short ball first, up to wide. And giving Virat Kohli a bit of a sighter. And all of a sudden, just that width. Just haven't been able to get a good line and length and create pressure throughout this innings. First couple of overs, yes. But after that, after the 5th over, Kishan and Kohli have taken full control.
All set back. Managed to get back low in time, Kishan.
Now this is earlier on in the innings. Virat Kohli getting dropped by the captain, Liton Das. Right arm off spin. Virat Kohli has been struggling this tournament. Hasn't been able to find his rhythm. And that, not only for today, but setting up for the test match, could be very costly, because just look out how Virat Kohli after that moment has taken control. Just controlling that good length, summing it up, and then just using his feet perfectly. He's just finding his feet out the right time, Virat Kohli.
That's short, and that's over the offside, well in front of square. Kohli now has an opportunity here. perhaps for a first century in ODI cricket since August 2019.
The 250 partnership has just ticked over on the scoreboard. Again, width, same length. Just can't find the answers here, Bangladesh. He's looking for that shorter length because he's got men out deep, square on the offside and leg side. Virat Kohli has found his touch, found the pace of the wicket, and is good enough to hit that over the infield and over mid-off and cover, accessing those
gaps off the shorter length.
Goes full pull into the leg side, just for one.
Off the shorter length.
What a shot that was. 2 shots in the over from Kohli. So hard to play those off the back foot, particularly the second one. Off the back foot, the ball seamed into him and he still managed to cream it over wide mid-off. He's been battling a little bit up until this point, but those 2 shots, vintage Kohli of the highest quality. Still got his fans out there. Of course he does. What a player he has been. This could be a big moment for him if he can get to 3 figures. We all saw what that 100 in the Asia Cup did for his T20 game. What would 100 do for his ODI game? First since August 2019. It's a long time ago. That's gone high, miscue, but it's going to be safe. 2 more for Kishan.
Not bowling for the field. Mid-off, cover up. Got a deep backward point, deep forward point, deep square leg, and mid on up. Kishan is batting. That's easy pickings. It's the first time he's really mistimed a shot today, so lucky to get away with that, Tuscan.
That's well bowled, I think. Nailed the wide Yorker. 32 overs gone, 269 for 1.
চাচা শীতে হাত ও ঠোঁট একদম ফেটে গেছে একটা তেল দেন না
একটু দাঁড়াও
আর ফাটা গোড়ালির জন্য গ্লিসারিন
আচ্ছা
ঠোঁট পা আর স্কিন ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন এটা 3-in-1 এতে আছে 100% পিওর জেলি যা স্কিনকে ময়শ্চারাইজ করে ফাটা ত্বককে করে কোমল ঠোঁট পা স্কিন ব্যাস ভ্যাসলিন
India have the highest total of the series with 18 overs to go, and Ishan Kishan has the highest individual score in an ODI in Bangladesh, going past Shane Watson. Well disguised slower ball by the Fizz. They're going to need all of his death bowling skills here to prevent an absolutely humongous score. Let's look at those 2 boundaries in the previous Tuscan over. That was the first one, bit squarer, and that one, with the field as it was, he knew that ball was going to be short, but he had to find a way of getting it straight. So hard to get the power and elevation on that and hit it over mid-off as he did. Are these signs that Kohli is getting back towards his best?
That last boundary reminded me of the shot out the MCG against Pakistan. Haris Rauf bowling 145, even 150 on that shorter length above waist high and just straight driving it back over his head for 6. It was a wonderful stroke, probably the shot of the tournament. You don't want to give a man like Virat Kohli a life when he is struggling and not finding his touch. The rest of this series, 2 test matches, Bangladesh might be on the back foot right now.
Well bowled right in the block hole. But it's just damage limitation from here for Bangladesh. They're going to be chasing a big score no matter what, but can they just get a bit of a win in these final few overs and restrict it as much as possible? The fizz, you would think, is going to be crucial in that.
Fizz has probably been the pick of the bowlers today, especially out of the quicks. He's been prepared to be defensive, and he's bowled to a game plan.
That's a full toss, though. If he gets away with one, it's going to be a couple more.
There's plenty of time. Both batsmen are having out in the middle now. Mustafiza coming off a short run now, trying to hurry the batsman up.
They've run well too. Let's not forget about that. These two, they've hit boundaries, of course, but they started with a lot of quick singles, well-run twos. Kishan backing up a long way. Simple single in the end. Hasn't had too much strike of late, Kishan, over the last two or three overs. 13 away from a double century. Not a bad over in the circumstances by Mustafiza Rahman. Goes for 7, 275 for one.
অভিজাত ও রুচিসম্মত স্যানিটারি ওয়্যার ও ফিটিংস শাইন শাইন স্যানিটারি ওয়্যার ও ফিটিংস রুচির প্রশ্নে একেবারেই আপোষহীন।
নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশে আছে ভিটামিনস, ভাইরাস ও ব্যাকটেরিয়াকে করো পাম্প, রাব, চু কয়েক সেকেন্ডে।
$275 for one, 17 overs to go. How many can India get here? 400 is most certainly under threat. 450 even. Another full toss, slashed away by Kishan for another boundary. He's into the 190s.
Pressure. Tuscan has been put under it all day. He's looking for the wide Yorker. He's got protection out deep in that point region. He's got a forward deep point and a backward deep point. And he's got no one out deep, third man. Kishan was trying to hit that over cover. Just got a slight outside edge, but still got the four that he was looking for.
That one right. Kishan now just 2 blows away from 200 in one-day international cricket. Projected score is going to be big, put it that way. Current rate 420. If they can get up to 10 and over, they're looking at just under 450. No one out there. Glorious from Kohli. He knows exactly where the fielders are when Tuscan Ahmed is bowling, and they aren't on the offside in front of square.
Vintage. Virat Kohli does not miss too many of them.
What an opportunity for him now to get this monkey off his back in ODI cricket. This three-figure score. He's been desperately searching. That's short and wide. Actually a dot ball. Bizarrely.
The good thing of this is Tuscan has been out with a slight injury strain. Just before the Test series, he gets to bowl 10 overs in a one-day game just to get workloads back up. The way he's bowled right now, he's been pumped all over the ground, but I love the way he comes back, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got with when the red ball stuff happens. He's got a good ticker. He always wants to be in the fight, Tuscan. I remember seeing him for the first time 4 years ago when I first came here to Bangladesh. Saw him bowling here at Chattogram. Very impressed with the pace and bounce. And not only that, just his attitude. Don't worry too much about the form that Tuscan's shown today, Bangladesh fans, because a couple of days' time, when he puts on the whites, he will deliver.
It offs up. So Kishan this time goes up and over the offside, finishes with a boundary. Another expensive over, goes for 14, 289 for one.
জানো ডেড স্কিন সেল আমাদের আসল উজ্জ্বলতা ঢেকে দেয়। টেপ টেস্ট করলে বুঝতে পারবে। দেখলে আসল উজ্জ্বলতা লুকিয়েছিল ডেড স্কিন সেলের নিচে। এগুলো দূর করতে পন্ডস ব্রাইট বিউটি ফেস ওয়াশ এর ভিটামিন B3 যুক্ত ফর্মুলা ডেড স্কিন সেল দূর করে আসল উজ্জ্বলতা সামনে আনে। ফুটিয়ে তোলো আসল উজ্জ্বলতা। পন্ডস ব্রাইট বিউটি ফেস ওয়াশ।
The crowd is steadily built today. Saturday, it's a non-working day. They've been treated to an exhibition of batting and not from the home side. India finally coming to the party with the bat here. Now Ishan Kishan back on strike with the opportunity to get 200 in an innings in one-day international cricket, something that doesn't happen too often. This was the final delivery of the previous over. Smart batting. Minoff was up, just threw his hands at that, but underneath the ball, and it flew away. Off his bat, a familiar sight so far in this innings. It's come out in the middle of the bats, racing away towards the boundary. Animal Hut gets round, cuts it off. Oh, 199 now, the nervous 99s. 98, correction. Just took a single there. Thought they would have come back for two. Definitely felt like there was two there. Wonder if Kishan felt that he timed that well enough to get to the boundary. Throws his hands at that, Kohli. Kishan back on strike.
This is what happens when you think that it's going to be a boundary. Virat Kohli thought that the man, his teammate, had double 100 on the board.
Quick single. Inching his way towards it. He would have got there by now. Had Kohli not prematurely celebrated. I hope he gets the 200 now.
I hope so too. Normally Virat Kohli's a little more switched on than that, running between the wickets. He just got caught up in the excitement as well.
One ball left in this Mustafizur Rahman over. Can Kishan get there? Is he going to try to go for a big one or just take the one on offer? Field on the offside, plenty of space on the leg side if he wants a one there. Here we go then. Here comes the fizz. Dug out and they're through. A double 100 to savour for Ishan Kishan. He joins Sachin Tendulkar, Rohit Sharma and Sourav Ganguly in folklore, the only Indians to have scored 200 in one-day international cricket. Virender Sehwag, correction, but Ishan Kishan has entertained us all with his batting and his dancing today. Absolutely brilliant. Remember, he may not have even played had Rohit Sharma been fit and available. He's taken his chance and some. 295 for one.
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস নিয়ে নো টেনশন, মাইজিপি অ্যাপের সব সলিউশন।
গরম পানিতে গোসল হোক আরামে। 93 ডিগ্রি পর্যন্ত গরম পানি বহন করে সহজে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিং, পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
It's the quickest double 100 in one-day international. It has come from the bat of 24-year-old Ishan Kishan. Magnificent. Just 126 deliveries. This is the big moment. Into the blocker, but he knew he was in business. And the gap. And have a look at the celebration. In the dugout, have a look at the reaction from Rahul Dravid, left of the screen. And what about him? What a moment. He will cherish this for a very, very long time. And he's announced himself Where was he hiding, Anjum?
Just from where the applause was coming in the dressing room.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier they was just toying with the bowlers. That was my previous stint around half an hour back, and he hasn't looked back. Again a boundary. Bangladesh bowlers, no idea where to bowl him. It's a low full toss, and he smashed it for another boundary.
It has been an outstanding knock from Ishan Kishan. Not just the manner in which he scored the runs, the manner in which he's constructed this innings alongside Virat Kohli. He's been the senior partner in, he's led the way for India to get to a 299, and this is just the 36th over.
Well, surely with this kind of a performance, he's put his hand up and he asked everyone to take a serious note what he can do, the kind of damage he can do with the bat. Slower delivery, but what a magnificent innings. Remember the top order struggle, but the moment he came in, these were two shots earlier on the offside, cracking boundaries, got him get going, and then he cuts loose. Is smashing his way to a quick 100, and then is smashing his way to the quickest double 100 in one-day international. What a fine display from the youngster, and he's celebrating in style. Why not? It's a slower delivery, and it sails over for another maximum into the stands.
This is wonderful. This is incredible. Running out of words to express the style of play of Ishan Kishan. 300 comes up for India with this another maximum from Ishan Kishan's bat. That's the 10th six to go with 24 boundaries. And you said, why shouldn't he be happy? He should be. He's just the 4th Indian, Ishan Kishan, to get a double 100 in ODIs. Rohit Sharma, Sachin Tendulkar, Virender Sehwag, and Ishan Kishan.
Oh, that's gone up in the air. Two players converging in, and it's Liton Kamadas who takes finally the catch, which brings the end to that magnificent innings from Ishan Kishan. Not at the head, he wanted to go on. But what an innings. What an exhibition of power hitting. Incredible, simply incredible innings from Ishan Kishan.
It's the first time that he's playing against Bangladesh in a one-day international. 2-0 down in the series. Comes into the playing 11 as Rohit Sharma gets injured. Opens the innings and helps himself to a double 100. That's just it. Ishan Kishan 2-1-0. Walks back as India are 305 for 2.
Argentina, Brazil, একসাথে হবে চিল, হবে চিল, হবে 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 চিল। তোমরা মজা ভরপুর থাকলে রুচি চানাচুর।
প্রিয় সব দলের মতো স্বাদেও থাকুক ঝাল কিংবা বারবিকিউ অথবা প্রিমিয়ামের ভিন্নতা, কিন্তু সবারই হাতে থাকবে রুচি চানাচুর।
তোমরা মজা ভরপুর থাকলে রুচি চানাচুর।
Shreyas Iyer is the new batter. And we've witnessed something very special, Anjum. Something very, very special. Everyone, all the team.
Did I just see Ishan Kishan say good catch to Liton Das? Of course it was a lip read, can go wrong, but just felt he reciprocated the acknowledgement from Liton Das as well. Of course that was a long run from the boundary right up across the ground towards Ishan Kishan. That's an appreciation. Well played, mate. Good catch, mate.
And what the kind of innings we saw from Ishan Kishan, what does it do to the opening pair that India has been using? Nicely played in the covers, should be a boundary. Now it's cut off from the deep. It is because he's already made a big statement. We talked about the record, the quickest double 100, the youngest to score a double 100, highest score versus Bangladesh, third highest score by any Indian. Will he be an automatic choice now for India?
He's already in the team. He's around the Indian team.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the, playing 11. What a shot! What a great shot that is! Great piece of timing. Brilliant. Went like a trace of a bullet here from the bat of the majestic Virat Kohli.
What a top shot. We've seen this kind of a stroke being played by Virat Kohli along the ground. He played an earlier stroke to Shakib Al Hasan, which was just over the extra cover fielder. This was a quicker one. What lovely timing. 91 for Virat.
Moves into the 90s now. He will keep the strike with that single. India motoring along, 314 for 2.
স্পেশাল মানুষদের জন্য মজাদার ম্যাজিক মাসালা ফ্লেভারে মিস্টার নুডলস, স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মাঝে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটির সমস্যায় ভোগে। ওকে দিন পেপসোডেন্ট, যা অদৃশ্য ছোট ছোট গর্তগুলো সারিয়ে তোলে, ক্যাভিটি থেকে দেয় সর্বাধিক সুরক্ষা, যাতে ও আত্মবিশ্বাসী হাসি নিয়ে বেড়ে উঠতে পারে।
Have a look at that. 6 bowler used, 6.5 for Mustafizur Rahman in terms of economy, 9.5 to Ibadat. Ibadat is very expensive, plus 9 for Taskin also. They've really struggled. They haven't got terms in terms of line and length. 34 boundaries and 10 sixes in this innings of 314. All due to the fact that Ishan Kishan went all guns blazing.
He certainly did. And I'm sure there'll be many records which will be spoken about. That he's created as Virat Kohli gets another hit to the boundary, gets closer to another 100. So much time does Virat Kohli have, that drop back on the back foot, the transfer of body weight, toying with the field here alongside Ishan Kishan. He's He's actually played second fiddle. That's been the kind of domination of Ishan Kishan.
.97 now for Virat Kohli. Your sheer dominance, wasn't it, with the bat?
And to be sitting on the sidelines, he was playing in New Zealand. He played the T20s. He didn't play the one-day internationals, came back to India. He's waited for the first two ODIs, waiting on the sidelines. He comes in and plays a knock like this. Just the third highest score by an Indian. A higher score in Bangladesh by an Indian. A higher score versus Bangladesh. So many credits to him. Youngest to score a double hundred. Quickest ever to score a double hundred. That was a simply outstanding knock. You get your maiden 100, you get your maiden double 100. I don't know which one is greater. But to have a knock like this, waiting on the sidelines, everything precedes it.
320 for 2.
নাজিয়ানা আনিকা
ম্যাডাম সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দেন, গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
Well taken, really well taken. That is a cracking catch. Lichun Kumar Das takes the beauty.
He missed one early on, Lichun Das. That was a very simple catch of Virat Kohli's bat. Shreyas Iyer, who's been out there, who's had very good 9 innings prior to this, and has managed to make an impression with either a half century or a century, or a score exceeding what he's got today. This time trying to accelerate, hits it straight to Lichun Das. Departs for 3, India 320 for 3.
এখন আবার নেট কিনতে যাইতে হবে।
মাইজিপি অ্যাপ থেকে নেট কিনলে খালি বোনাস আর বোনাস।
ইন্টারনেট বোনাস দিয়ে নো টেনশন। মাইজিপি অ্যাপের সব সলিউশন।
অভিজাত ও রুচিসম্মত স্যানিটারি ওয়্যার ও ফিটিংস শাইন। শাইন স্যানিটারি ওয়্যার ও ফিটিংস, রুচির প্রশ্নে একেবারেই আপোষহীন।
They've picked up a couple of wickets, but India are in a very, very strong position. Here Rahul walks in. We were just talking about Ishan Kishan. She really can't get over the way that he played, the way he dominated. That explosive knock, double 100, the quickest one. And what does it do to the top order? Remember, in this year, top order have struggled. With this kind of an innings, the World Cup, the 50-over World Cup not too far away, I'm sure this innings from Ishan Kishan will do him a world of good. Whether he gets an opportunity when Rohit Sharma gets fit, whether he gets an opportunity to open the innings in one-day internationals for India, that is the question. Will be going on everyone's mind. But certainly with this kind of a knock, he surely should get an opportunity. Guiding it away, and your thoughts on that, Anju?
Yeah, and I'm in agreement with you, Athar, clearly, that when you have a knock like this, special one coming up, And replacing you is KL Rahul, walks in, of course, with 500s to his credit. You certainly put your hand up. Remember, KL Rahul has been keeping. Ishan Kishan is a specialist keeper as well. There's a Rishabh Pant, there's a Sanju Samson in the ranks as well. That's how Shreyas Iyer departed. So certainly his counting will be there, and it's not that he's gone out of the system. The 20-25 odd players that the Indian team has around it as a setup. But Indian cricket does have the luxury of rotating its players. At one point of time, nearly having two Indian squads playing in different parts of the world. So yes, Ishan Kishan has done a lot with this double 100. How far he gets counted is, of course, as the new selection committee gets appointed, the new regime comes in, they will be taking stock of it with the present resources, with the ones that they have. It's a fight to take in the first place in this Indian 11 in terms of a wicket keeper and a bat.
Well, he's certainly thrown out the challenge. Oh, what a shot that is to bring up his 100. What a 100. This is 72nd international 100. It's 44th ODI 100. 4th versus Bangladesh in ODIs. And would you believe it? First since August 2019 in ODIs.
You can keep sharing statistics because he keeps making one and keeps going ahead one after another. That's Virat Kohli, a lovely pick-up shot to get to a maximum and get to his 72nd ODI 100. He goes past Ricky Ponting. It's only Sachin Tendulkar in terms of the number of hundreds who's ahead of Sachin Tendulkar. Oh, what a wonderful compiled knock. Yes, it's taken a while. But a nice time. Once he had an opportunity, got dropped. Consolidating here.
No, it's a quick run. It's a direct hit. I think he's fine. Yeah, it's the kind of experience that Virat Kohli has, knowing that it was a bit of a struggle initially when he came on to bat. As we see Ibadat Hussain picking up and having a shy at the stumps. He's well in. But once you do get an opportunity, then you grab it with both hands. Still a very good knock. Strike it of 120, 86 deliveries for 104. Still batting. After 39, India 330 for 3.